this week's vlog. It is Thursday, the 17th of July. How are you guys doing? I'm feeling better than I have all week. I finally feel a little bit rested, which is great. Last week, I did not feel rested. I felt terrible. Things on the agenda for this week. I'm going to my grandparents' house this weekend. If you've been around since 2020, right? 2020? Yeah. Then you know my grandparents live in the middle of nowhere. I actually don't think I've seen them since then. So, since the very first year of Clear Your Shit. I was there for Halloween? Yeah, I was there for Halloween. Is it either the first year of Clear Your Shit or the second year? I know I was there the first year, I just don't know if I was there the second year too. I don't know. But that was kind of the last time that I've been up there. And probably the last time I've seen my grandmother. So I'm excited to go up there this weekend. We will leave tomorrow afternoon around 12. I drop Cotter off at my parents' house, make sure their food is full and ready, because it auto feeds them. And we'll be back probably Saturday evening. I gotta pack tonight too for that. So I'll be doing that. What am I gonna read today? Let's talk about it. I'm gonna finish Hell to Pay today. That is the plan. I am going to get 50% into Asunder. And I'm also going to start and finish Rules for Rule Breaking, hopefully. That audiobook is pretty short. Yeah, it's 7 hours long. So, not too worried about it. It's a young adult romance book though. Which isn't, you know, not the expected thing for me to be reading, but it looked interesting, so I'll be reading it. I also will be potentially, not today, but like Monday, starting my project that I didn't want to like put on my TBR, didn't want to talk about. I'm gonna try and read a couple of TikTok romance books. I'm gonna regret this decision. I'm gonna try to read those and make content out of it as someone who does not read those kinds of romance books. So like smutty, just like your standard straight adult romance book. I'm gonna try to read those. Really, I should make a TikTok today asking for recommendations. I got some recommendations on Instagram, so I will use those also. The struggle is that the author that they gave me, almost all of the books are like really hard to find in the library. Like they're all very long holds, so hopefully I can get some of those, regardless. What else? I don't know. But because that is going to be a reading project, unlike my barcode tattoo project that I never finished editing, I still have the footage and everything. I just never finished editing it. Unlike that, I hopefully will actually use this footage and edit it and so on. I also today should be starting my July book blanket. Very late, but I should be starting that. Oh, also, I didn't mention, there's 2 books I haven't talked about. One that I have finished, but I just forgot to talk about, and then the other one is my, like, at-night passive reads. Not that I'm getting very far into it, I'm just, like, reading 2 pages and falling asleep. But, the book before the one I'm reading right now, at night, was Model Home by River Solomon. It was a really good book, I really enjoyed it. The ending was heartbreaking, but it all came together in the end, and it was really interesting and horrifying, and I genuinely very much enjoyed it. And then the next book that I'm currently reading is Overgrowth by Mira Grant. Shauna McGuire, y'all know who I am. Y'all know I am a super fan. I don't know what that sentence structure was trying to be. I'm not far into it at all. I'm like 8% in, because I, again, read like 2 pages and then fall asleep. But that is where we're at. That is what's going on. So I will talk to you guys later. I gotta edit last week's vlog, get that uploaded. Yeah. Okay, thanks, bye. 18th. We are going to my grandparents today, so that's fun. My camera was like really blue and it is adjusting, but I don't know what that was about. Anyway, we are going to my grandparents today, so that's exciting. So I will get off at 12. Luckily, I don't have a lot to read today. Yesterday, I was talking about what I read yesterday. I started and finished, oh, my brain just drew a blank. It was really good, I enjoyed it a lot, but what was it? It was a romance. It was young adult. By Talia Tucker, I think. I can't fucking tell you what that book is called. Oh, brain, come on. Rules for Rule Breaking by Talia Tucker. I even have the author name correct. I really enjoyed it. Winter and Bobby are hilarious. The dynamic was fantastic. It was a cute little young adult romance. I have no complaints, literally none. They are figuring out their shit. The conversation about diaspora was interesting. The conversation about growing up as the same community but not was interesting. The need to control everything in your life, I understand that so heavily. I enjoyed that was an aspect of one of the main characters. And I just, yeah, it was good. It was good and solid. I enjoyed it. 4-star read. Highly recommend if you want like something cozy, like a low stakes cozy romance. I would read that. The second book I finished was Held to Pay. I rated it 4 stars as well, by Rachel Aaron. I enjoyed it. The ending was incredible. The ending was great. It really set up for the next book, and I'm excited for the next book. I was kind of wary about whether or not I'd be excited for the next book because it was just a lot. It was just a lot to read, a lot to understand, and so I was a little wary. Also, a lot of action scenes. When I was writing my review for my notebook, I was like, okay, I think the issue is that it's a lot of action scenes, and I don't care for action scenes. So once I registered that, I was like, okay, I know what the problem is now. It's not anything wrong with the book, it's just me. I also am updating the way that I do my reading planner. I'll show you guys that real quick. Oh no, sorry, we're still talking about books I've read. I got 50% into Asunder yesterday. I'm invested now. I wanted to just like keep reading it. I just was like, I want to keep reading this. So we'll see how far I get into it today, but I am very much enjoying it. So this is what my review pages were looking like before. As you can see, I'm not using this notes section, which feels like a waste of paper because it is a waste of paper. So now I am putting 2 books. So I still have the room for my review, which has been very helpful. I still have room to put my call pile. I still have the cover and all of that. It's just 2 per page now. And I didn't start doing that until the most recent things I am adding to my reading list. So transparently, I don't know if, like, how that'll work once because I'm gonna use it for the books I'm about to start reading for a YouTube video, but then I'm gonna switch back to the original form for a little while, so I don't know how it'll work, but we will see. The fun thing is that I can just add a sticky note if I need to add notes. It's not a big deal. I own so many sticky notes, and this will be a good way for me to use them. I also own hella index cards that I can either tape to the page or hole punch just to have in the thing. So there are options there. What am I going to read today? Today is a very light reading. I'm just going to get 25% into Overgrowth. I'm currently 18%, so that'll be easy, and then I'm going to get 75% into Asunder, and then if I have time I'll probably just keep reading Overgrowth or Asunder. I don't know which one, but I might keep reading. It just kind of depends on how the day goes. I gotta like run around and pack and do some stuff and pack snacks and like make breakfast so that I'm like well fueled for this trip. It's a 3-hour drive. It's not the end of the world unless you're from somewhere that's not Texas, because then that might sound like a hella drive. I've driven further for concerts, so you know. So yeah, we will see. I plan to finish Asunder over the weekend, but I don't know if I will have the time, spoons, etc. We will see. What else? I've been using my, like, speaking of notebooks, I've been using my field notes a lot more. I started actually just like putting my reading tracking, like what I plan to read each day in here, and then anytime like I have a clear your shit thought, I just throw it in here. I should probably do better about that. Almost let a secret out. Yeah, I should probably do better about that. Like writing them down as soon as I have an idea, or organizing this in general. I should probably do better, but I'm really just using it as like, oh, I had a thought, let me just throw it in there real quick, which is what it's meant for. So I'm really enjoying that I'm actively using that the correct way, because I just kind of wasn't using it at all. This is from November of last year, so I was filling them out really quickly, and then I just like wasn't doing them at all. And so I'm back to doing those, which is great. My weekly planner setup has been awesome, and I want you guys to read my diary entries. But it's been great. I kind of fill out the day, so like today I will be filling out Thursday's little diary entry, because I don't like entering in information like in the middle of the day when the day hasn't even ended yet. Like, what if something happens and then I don't have room? So, and then on the front I put like my habits and my actual like plans for the day, and I also track my mood, which all of this has been very helpful. This is working well for me. I might at one point go back to the Hobonichi. I want to repurpose the Hobonichi in some way because it is expensive. So I would like to use it for something. I don't know what, but something. But yeah, that is kind of it. That's really all I got. I am gonna go, I think, now that Tybalt is screaming. This was a long update anyway, so I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Just getting a video of the chickens. We're scary people. I didn't know they like were fine in this kind of climate. Good morning. It is Monday, the 21st. How are we doing, gang? I didn't sleep well, but what's new at this point? I feel like this is just like my new state of being, which is okay. It's fine. I will get through it. I had survived more terrible things. I, over the weekend, did finish Asunder. 3-star read. This is a 3-star read. I found myself caring less and less about what was happening. The book is really long, and that's fine, except that I just didn't care. I didn't care about the magic system. I didn't care about the characters. I didn't care about their goals. Honestly, because I put the book down for like a minute because of like getting ready to pack up and leave and stuff, I felt like when I jumped back into it on Sunday, which is when I started, like when I finished it, I couldn't even remember because I didn't care. And I didn't really realize how little I cared about this until I like put it down for a day and then picked it back up. So that's unfortunate, but here we are. I left my Kobo at my grandparents' house, which is 3 hours away from here. Luckily, Ozzy and David were still close by, so they were able to get it on Sunday, and they are going to mail it to me sometime today, so I should get it realistically by the end of the week. But that does put a damper on some things. My bad. I also got 30% into Overgrowth on Friday. I did not continue to read it, not for any like particular reason, I just didn't continue to read it. But I did get 30% into it on Friday. So my plan at the moment is to continue reading it. I'm gonna get 50% into it, but we'll talk about that when I talk about what I'm reading today. I am enjoying it. It's so good. And I think picking up a book that I'm really, really enjoying is also what made me realize like I was not enjoying Asunder. I think because Asunder was the only book I was like really reading with my eyes, it was hard for me to tell if it was that I was not enjoying it or if it was that I was just struggling to process information with my eyes, if that makes sense. But I after picking up Overgrowth and realizing how quickly I was getting through it, I was like, oh, an Overgrowth is longer than Asunder. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm just not enjoying Asunder. Got it. Okay, cool. For what I'm reading today, I am starting a YouTube project. A project in which I will hopefully make a video. I have to film the intro later in a minute. Where I will be reading TikTok romances. Authors or romances that I have seen on TikTok that are dark, romantasy smut. That's what I'll be reading. So I'm gonna, and not all of them are romantasy because some of them are contemporary, because I'm starting with Icebreaker, the hockey one. I think the hockey one is the one that stirred up all that drama. Maybe it was last year, where the girl like was going to hockey games and being a freak. She was being a freak. It was crazy. It was unacceptable behavior. When the hockey player and his wife were like, hey, we're not comfortable with this. She was like, well, you were fine with it when it was bringing people to the audience, to the stands, whatever. They revoked their consent. And she was like, I don't care. I could be very wrong about how that happened. But this is how I currently understand it. I should really look into what happened with that because I genuinely don't remember. So yeah, that's the first one I will be reading. So the plan today is to get, I think, 50% into it. Let's see, I marked it in my, yeah, the plan today is to get 50% into Icebreaker and 50% into Overgrowth. I don't have a ton of meetings today, so there's a chance I could get further into Icebreaker. I just didn't want to like push myself in case I was not having a good time. And I'm probably not gonna have a good time, but it could surprise me. I might have a lot of fun. If you guys have been here for a while, there was a video I did where I only read romance for a week. And this was back when I hated romance. Like, I never read romance. I did not enjoy romance at all. And I found that there is some, like, smut, some romance that I do enjoy. So maybe that's what will come out of this. I read more romance now than I really ever have before. So maybe that'll change some things. I don't know. I'm also going to get 50% into Overgrowth. That is like the horror book by Mira Grant. That one I'm like less concerned about enjoying. I think I'll get through that pretty quickly. I honestly think that I might like read a little bit of that and then listen to a little bit of Icebreaker, like as a nice break between the two. I don't know. Also, I'm so sorry to editing me because I am sitting on this side of the screen instead of my normal this side of the screen. So my preset template of my like books are going to end up having to be moved and it's a hassle. And so I'm sorry to editing me. I know you don't forgive me. Before editing me already puts it on the line. I already know. Okay. I did finish one panel of the book blanket over the past week, and then the plan today is to either finish another panel or get halfway through another panel. I'm not going to push myself too hard because I don't want to mess up my wrist, but that is the plan. I need to schedule out I've got some doctor's appointments and stuff that I need to schedule my time for, and I got some emails and stuff for work that I need to reply to, so I will talk to you guys later. Also, this guy did just fine when I left for the day, for 24 hours. You did okay? You did okay. So, I will talk to you guys later. Okay, thanks, bye. Hello, good morning. It is Tuesday the 22nd. I'm tired. I feel like I'm saying that every single day. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. What happened yesterday? I did get into Icebreaker, like 75%. We're not going to talk about it here. I have a video coming out where I will talk about it. I have thoughts. I need to finish the book, but I have thoughts. I also am like 53% into Overgrowth by Mira Grant, aka Shawnee McGuire. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really, really enjoying it. My plan today is to finish Icebreaker. It's to get 75% into Overgrowth, and then I want to start and finish Two Can Play, which is another romance book that I'm doing for that video. So yeah, that is currently the plan. I, book blanket wise, finished a panel, and I'm going to be doing one that's literally identical to this in my fantasy color. That's what I'm going to start working on today, and hopefully finishing today. If I can continue in the way that I'm going, because this is now the third panel out of 5, I might actually be able to get it all done by end of this week, or at least majority done by the end of this week. The struggle is that I've read too much in July already, so that's a little bit of a struggle, but we'll sort it. I also need to go ahead and wrap the baby blanket that I made for Marissa for her baby shower, so I need to wrap that. But yeah, that's what's going on. That's where I'm at. I don't have a lot of updates. I mentioned that I left my Kobo at my grandparents' house, right? I think I did. Left my Kobo at my grandparents' house. I had the thought this morning that was really ironic and funny, because I'm pretty sure the last time I was there was the time that I left my Kindle there, and I had to buy a new one, and I was devastated. I will not be buying a new Kobo. Ozzy is mailing it to me. It will get here Wednesday, and everything will be okay, because that is tomorrow, and I will be okay. I will be alright. I have had worse things happen. Ooh. Why does that hurt? My finger joint just like feels weird. Anyway, yeah, let's see. I did some CLEARURSHT stuff yesterday too. Not a ton, because I needed to figure out a TTRPG character for something I'm doing with Landis, which I'm excited about. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm gonna go. It's very early, but I wanted to get as much work done before people log on as possible. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Okay, thanks, bye. Hello, good morning. It is Wednesday the 23rd. I ended up, surprise to no one, reading more than I expected. I finished Icebreaker, which I'm talking about in a different video, for real this time. I know when I did Barcode Tattoo, I didn't actually do that video. I will be doing a video this time. Also, I have an idea for another video. We'll keep that in our back pockets. I finished Icebreaker, 3-star read, it was fine. I finished Twisted Love by someone, I don't know. Started and finished. It's long, and I started and finished it. And it was bad. It was a 2-star read, and it was particularly bad. And then I also finished Overgrowth by Mira Grant. Fantastic book. I really enjoyed it. 4-star read. Probably one of my favorite sci-fi horrors. I've been really enjoying sci-fi horror as a whole the last couple of months anyway, I think. Really solid. I liked the realism of the varied responses of humankind to an alien invasion. It just felt accurate to me, you know? Also, I started the Everything Health Guide to ADHD. I wasn't supposed to start that until like Friday, but I already started that. So the reading plan for today is I want to get 50% of the Everything Health Guide to ADHD. I want to finish Two Can Play, because that finally came off of a hold at the library, and then I want to also get 50% into another book by that author, Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I would like to get 50% into that, if not finish it, but largely get 50% into it. I have a lot of meetings today, so I don't know that I would be able to finish it, especially with the 2 audiobooks. So that's the plan. We will see. Hopefully it all goes well. I'm not enjoying what I have decided to torment myself with. The worst thing is that my next plan of like tracking YouTube read type thing, I think I want to find every book that I hated, like with a passion, starting with The Silent Patient, because that's kind of where a lot of my hatred, like my hate reading things kind of came from. It was before I ever started BookTube. All of those, or as many of those as I can remember, and reread them and see if I still hate them, see if I still have really strong opinions, etc. That's what I would like to do. I don't know that I will, but that's what I would like to do. Book blanket wise, I did finish the 3rd panel, so now I'm working on the 4th panel, which is all the romance for my romance reads. So that's exciting. But I think that's really it. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, thanks, bye. Hello, good morning. It's Thursday, the 24th, which means I am going to close the vlog here. If you're wondering why the lighting is different, hopefully it's not too different. Hopefully editing me has figured out a good lighting arrangement, but if it is slightly more yellow than usual, it's because I have a ceiling fan now, and the light fixture that the ceiling fan came with is a little bit yellow. No, it's definitely yellow. It's 100% yellow. I usually use cool light bulbs for everything, largely for filming reasons. But when I'm not using that, most things come with warm, white, or just straight up yellow. This one is definitely yellow. It's such a different color than the rest of the house. It's so strange. But the fan is going to be great, so I'm not mad about it. Hi, it's Thursday. I yesterday finished Two Can Play by Allie Hazelwood. I also got about 80% into Check and Mate by Allie Hazelwood. Talking about those in another video, but I have enjoyed them, so I'll give Allie Hazelwood that credit. I also got 50-ish% into the Everything Health Guide to ADHD. I'm not finding anything that I don't already know here, so it's not anything to write home about, but if you're in the very beginnings of getting diagnosed, then yeah, I would say that this could be a very helpful book for you. I'm not in the middle of that anymore, you know? Been diagnosed, got medicated, it's great. I think that's gonna be it though. Oh, but she is home. She is home with me. We are happy. The cats are fighting, so I'm gonna close the vlog here. I will talk to you guys next week. Okay, thanks, bye.